I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Footballer magazine. Today I'm joined by Terry Annett from the Seaton Ramblers Football Club in Division 3, and he's our feature club legend of the week. So Terry, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in football?
Well, my background was really soccer when I played as a kid, but when I moved into the Seaton area, my son wanted to play football, so I went out and got involved. Then I coached and also was involved in him in the juniors, right from 6 until 16. Then coached him for 3 years, which he didn't like very much, but that was pretty good. And then moved into the junior committee. I was junior president for 10 years. And then when he moved up to the seniors, I decided to give the seniors a hand. Our long-time treasurer, Attilio Cavuotto, decided to concentrate on his job, so it was an opportunity for me to get involved with the senior footy because I've got a finance background, so it helped me get involved with that. And also, I'm also do the running, and also I was club umpire last year, and also I do a bit of boundary umpiring this year when needed. So, and I also give the juniors a hand on a Sunday whenever they need to work the bar and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sort of 100% Seaton Ramblers, and you may say, yeah.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about Seaton Ramblers then. What is it about the football club that's just kept you coming back and made you so passionate about being involved?
Oh, look, it's all about the players and the people around the club. They've been going for over 50 years, and they're very much a grassroots footy club. It's a very, housing trust area around there. There's a lot of really good down-to-earth people. My son loves it. It's really about his passion for the game that's helped me get involved, and the people there are fantastic. Look, they're a club that moves up and down the leagues and had a bit of a checkered history about that. But I think we've got a really good junior program going at the moment. It's taken a long time to get the numbers up, where we've got teams in every grade, and all our numbers are all above what's required in every grade. So I think there's a really good future. And we've had a lot of changes in the last few years where committees changed and people have sort of dropped off with retirements and stuff like that. So it's a really up and coming club. And I think after last year's bad year when we could have gone down but we didn't, we got a bit of a free hit there. I think we're going gangbusters, and I think it's all up and going for us from now on.
Okay, just going back on a point you stated earlier, you said you're involved in soccer. Tell us a little bit about how you crossed over to football. Did you follow the game much, and did you fall in love with it maybe more than you were even with soccer?
Look, I was always a Port Magpie supporter, and I played football and soccer for 3 or 4 years in high school. So I did love the game as well. But I was AFL supporter, member at Port Magpies, member at Port Power, so I've always had an eye for football. And I find that we had a lot of kids come across from soccer when I first started. There was a lot of kids that came across, and soccer players make very good footballers because of their balance and their skill. And I think it's a good transition. So I've always been, I suppose following football's been always my passion, but playing soccer because of my size and my speed, it was more about soccer than it was about football. So it was really a good, easy transition.
Okay, well, you mentioned being a coach in AFL football. Did you bring anything from soccer across to the game that you sort of thought you could implement, like tactics? They're obviously two very different games, but were there things you brought across?
Oh, absolutely. The training-wise was a lot easier for me because the kids didn't. I came across with a soccer training, which is a lot of short, sharp work, shuttle runs, very quick circle work, and a different type of practice matches that I use. And I use soccer a lot to break up the monotony of training. So I certainly use that. Tactics-wise, it's about diagonals and spreads, which is really about modern day football. So soccer players get the ball and they take 45 degrees and diagonals to receive the passes, and I think that you can use that in football. So I think that was easy, and it gave me a little bit of a hand when it came to trying to teach the kids something different. So that was really easy.
Tell us a little bit about your other roles at the club. Obviously, you mentioned being involved for so long. What are some of the better roles you've done at Seaton Ramblers and the most rewarding ones?
Oh, look, I love coaching. That was fantastic, and we got into a grand final. Our under 13s got into the grand final and we lost. So that was fantastic, coaching the kids into a grand final and seeing, because we're not a team that's won a lot of grand finals in the Metro West Junior League as it was then. So to get into a grand final was fantastic. So that was the highlight for me. Also, my son's achievement's been fantastic. You know, he's a good quality A-grade footballer, and he's a credit to himself. So I really love watching him play. But some of the times it's very difficult because I've got other hats and help with the barbecue and do all that sort of stuff. So I try and get enough time to just at A-grade time when he plays is just to watch him play. So and that's really what I enjoy doing. Although I've been doing the running job the last couple of weeks because our runners pulled a calf muscle. So that it actually helps me because I'm a bit vocal on the sidelines, and it quiets me down actually when I'm out in the field. So I can't yell and scream like I normally do.
Tell us a little bit about running then. Obviously that's a challenging role in itself. You've got to deal with different players' personalities within a game. How do you find that job?
Oh, that's pretty easy. Having coached kids and coached quite a few different personalities, it's pretty easy. You just don't take any rubbish from them. Yeah. And a lot of the messaging is at the A-grade level. It's pretty easy. It's just about moving and who's coming on, who's coming off, switches and stuff like that. Calming a few blokes down, that's always part of the gig. I think I'm a reasonable communicator, so I don't have a problem with that, going out and giving messages. Plus, I've been at the club so long, I know all the boys, so they know me. So I think they respect that, and they understand they don't give me any lip, so it's pretty easy.
Oh, well, that's better then. Tell us a little about the club now. Are there any sponsors that help the club stay afloat on a sad day that you'd like to mention?
Oh, I'd love to, because we've had some issues because we had car parking for a long time at Amy Stadium, which was a real cash cow for us, and a lot of clubs didn't have that. And since that's moved, it's been very difficult to get sponsors. So there's three particular sponsors. Suez Environment, who are a fantastic sponsor of ours. We've got a bit of a work we do at the Royal Show with them, and they throw some sponsorship at us, so it's a really good relationship. The Seaton Hotel, as the name, we got fantastic Dave Wellman and Darren and the boys at the Seaton look after us pretty well. And it's Tilio Cavioto's company, which is Ray White Flinders Park, has been fantastic supporters of the club, and without those we would have struggled over the last couple of years trying to replace the car parking income. So no, we're very lucky to have three really good sponsors that are really sticking by us, so they're fantastic.
Okay, thank you, Terry. I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Football magazine. Today I've been joined by Terry Annett from the Seaton Ramblers Football Club in Division 3, and he's our feature club legend of the week.